I'm now being joined on the News at 10, live from our Abuja studios, by the co-convener of the Bring Back Our Girls group and former Minister of Education, Mrs. Obi Ezekwesili. Thank you very much, Mrs. Ezekwesili, for joining us. Now,
thank you.
Less than 50% of the Chibok girls, which are the primary focus of your group, have been released. Are you satisfied with what government says are its efforts to get the remaining girls freed?
We are not satisfied because the government is not communicating enough. And we don't mean this in a non-factual way. The government has not communicated to the families of the remaining 113 Chibok schoolgirls. We constantly get their calls. We get emissaries from them saying, please don't allow the government to forget our 113 girls that are left behind with Boko Haram. And so it is necessary that the government should give progress report on the effort it is putting in. It cannot in any way behave as though we should understand that it is working. We know what is called bureaucratic inertia. We know what is called resting on your oars. We know what complacency can do to this kind of important activity that we expect the government to focus on. And so we're not going to allow the government just get into some form of lethargy, thinking that it can deliver on this whenever it delivers on it. It is of utmost urgency that the rest of the girls be rescued.
Now, the government says it is working, that it's not resting on its oars, but that some of these processes, the strategies, require some level of confidentiality, and therefore it cannot necessarily come to the public until it has some concrete results to show. That doesn't make sense?
Ladi, I think that the reasonableness of the movement lies in the fact that we have always agreed that there are sensitive elements in whatever government does to secure the girls. However, we have constantly requested the government to manage the process of what it does as competently as possible, in order that there would be sufficient information that does not compromise security information, at least to the parents of the missing schoolgirls. When government behaves as though the right to know does not belong to citizens, especially affected families, it must be called out for that failure. I believe that what the government needs to do differently is to be able to appreciate the level of disconsolate status of the ones whose children are not back, and to manage the process of information provision to them in ways that would give them reason to believe that government has not forgotten their daughters.
Now, we have about 30 or 45 seconds left, so I'll ask that your answer to this be short. Have you been in contact now with the girls who have so far been freed as part of their rehabilitation process? Have you been in communication? Is the communication on that level better between the government, your group, and the parents of the girls?
No, we have played absolutely no role in that. Because for us, as a movement, our advocacy is committed to ensuring that girls are rescued, the girls are retrieved from their captors. The government has taken custody of the girls. What we want to make sure happens is that the community from which the girls come, the families of the girls, have as much access to the girls and able to determine the costs of their rehabilitation and reintegration into society. And for us, that's good enough. We do not in any way want to impose ourselves as needing to do anything in the process of their rehabilitation. So we don't have any form of access or direct relationship with the girls that have been rescued. But the members of the movement who are from Chibok community, those parents that are in touch with the movement continue to tell us about the slow progress and sometimes the good enough progress that's being made.
Thank you very much, co-convener of the Bring Back Our Girls campaign, Mrs. Obi Ezekwesili. Thank you for joining us on the News at 10.